I'm going to be showing you guys how I plan on becoming a millionaire by 25. In this video, we're going to be going over a variety of different strategies, options, and things that I'm planning to do in order to get myself to the $1 million mark by, of course, the age of 25. Now, there is, of course, a variety of ways that this can be accomplished, so please do not think that this is the only possible way of doing it. I'm sure many of you guys have great strategies as well, and I would love to hear about them in the comments below. Make sure to check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our BlockFi link if you guys want to pick up some free cryptocurrency. Other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty, everybody, here we are with my plan to become a millionaire by the time I am age 25. Now, at the time of making this video, I am currently 21 years old, so that leaves me with about 4 years left until I can accomplish this goal. And at the rate that I'm working right now, at the goals that I want to achieve and want to get to by the time I'm 25, I really think this is possible. And in this video, the main point of it is to outline a interesting strategy that I kind of have been looking at over the past couple of days and weeks, and really have kind of seen it as a really interesting, I think really valuable kind of method to reach a extreme amount of wealth. Now, of course, like I said, this is not the only way to do this. There are millions of ways to become a millionaire, but this is just a strategy that I want to talk about and maybe bring to light because I think a lot of you guys might find it useful or helpful. So let's just get right into it. Now, as you can see here, we're going to start with income. Now, this millionaire strategy is a 3-step plan. The first step will be involved, of course, with capital accumulation. Now, what I mean by this is that I want to be stacking up a massive amount of capital, a massive amount of cash. And to do this, there's a variety of different ways that we can accomplish this. The first major way that I'm planning to do this, of course, is to raise my income sources. I currently have a few different income sources, and I, of course, in the future want to increase the number of those. Most of the income that I have right now coming into me is through YouTube AdSense, it's through affiliate programs, sponsorships, anything else that we have going for us on this channel. Finance Bro, for the most part, is the thing that is bringing in my main income right now. And I would like to, in the future, of course, increase those income sources in order to work faster or get closer to this goal. And that's pretty much my main plan, is that for the kind of first probably about 2 to maybe even 3 years, I'm going to be basically just trying to make as much money as possible in both the stock market, in just everyday business as far as income goes, from affiliate marketing to running this brand, of course, to running the YouTube channel, to doing all of these different things to try and make money with it. And just trying to increase my income as much as I possibly can. By doing this, of course, I'll be able to build up a massive amount of capital. And they always say that the first 100K, that you earn is the hardest, but once you get past that, it becomes very easy to make more and more money. You see, the problem isn't the fact that money is hard to make. The problem is that you need money in the first place to begin making more money. This is, of course, referencing buying assets, buying into cash flowing assets, buying into anything that can make you more money on an initial investment, or basically give you an ROI, or return on investment. So pretty much once I have this initial income kind of stage right here, we're going to be moving on to the next part of my plan, which is basically kind of setting up a kind of a nest egg, or even just kind of a way to live off of this capital that I've kind of been building or producing, or that's coming in from these income sources. And that's, of course, with index funds and with dividend stocks as well. But we're mainly going to talk about index funds. We'll have a separate video talking about dividend funds, or dividend stocks rather, if you guys want to go check that out. As you can see here, this is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, or VOO. It's got some of the cheapest fees, and overall I like it the most. We also have VGT. I overall like the returns on this ETF. This is the Vanguard Information Technology Index Fund. We'll start with VOO. VOO is more of a kind of blue chip oriented stock, type of ETF. If we scroll down here, we can see the overall returns over the last last decade pretty much have been very good. We only had 1 year where it was down about 4.42% compared to where it started the year. But as you can see, since then, we've had 15, 13, 11, 21, 31, 18. We've had very good returns historically for this ETF. Now, if I go to VGT, As you can see here, we have even better returns over the last couple of years. We had 61% in 2009, 12%, 0.52, not great, but obviously it's still green, and that's what matters. We have 14%, 30%, 18%, 5%, 13, 37, and then the last 2 years we had 48 and 45%. Now what I plan to do is take all of the capital that I accumulated and throw it into these index funds and just let it sit there. I'm not going to be throwing all the money, of course. I'm probably going to be either cost averaging into it. I might do a lump sum, that's still kind of up in the air to me. But once I put that money into those ETFs, I will basically try to live off of the appreciation, or even just let it appreciate and continue to contribute to it over time. Now, what I also want to mention too is that over time I might actually be adding money to some more speculative plays. These being, of course, stocks like Palantir or stocks like Corsair, where they are more kind of speculative growth stocks that, if they do turn out to be what everyone is talking about and saying about them, they could potentially go very big. They also could lose all value and go to zero. So I will only be putting money that I am willing to lose into these stocks. But also too, I will be trying to build a position with them just in case they do turn out to do very well for me. And that is something that also is going to be a part of step 2 with the index funds, dividend stocks, and these growth speculative stocks. Step 2 is, as you can tell, mostly centered around investing in the stock market. I will also be investing in cryptos. A lot of it will be, of course, building portfolios in the financial instrument industry. So once I've built a fleshed out portfolio, I will also be reinvesting all of my dividend growth, from these dividends that I'm getting from these other dividend stocks that I'm going to be investing in as well. And as you can see here, it's definitely worth it to reinvest and not just let them grow on their own, as you can see here. And overall, that's my plan for step 2. It's a lot of investing, and it's a lot of just kind of building capital appreciation and building a portfolio. Now, let's move on to step 3. Now, step 3 is where it becomes kind of fun and it becomes really interesting. And I want to give a big shout out to Chris Johnson over on Twitter, because I saw a tweet that he tweeted out one day and I thought, wow, that's genius. I really think I want to do that myself. So shout out him, he's a goat. You guys should definitely go follow him. But anyways, let's get into this part. So once I have built up all this capital and once I have built up a sizable stock portfolio, now it won't be in the millions like this, because the whole point of this video is getting to $1 million. The portfolio will likely be in the 500 to 600, maybe even 700,000. And then the rest of the weight of this portfolio is going to be, of course, from contributions from my own income. And so the next major step, of course, is going to be borrowing against my stock portfolio. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, that sounds crazy. There's all these interest rates, plus you're just loaning it back to yourself to begin with. Why don't you just take the money out of the stocks? It's not that big of a deal. But I'd argue there's this thing called taxable gains, or capital gains tax. You see, when you sell a stock, you have to pay capital gains tax, whether it's short-term, long-term, on whatever it might be. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So I figured that a good way to get around this would be if I borrowed from my stock portfolio and used those borrowed funds to buy things like a duplex or an apartment building, or just any kind of an investment watch, any kind of thing that produces cash flow or overall raises in value over time. Bitcoin miners, for instance, produce cash flow. This is what I want to do, because I think that for the most part, obviously, one, I'm gonna have to pay myself back with interest anyways, and I might as well have something that's worth more tomorrow than it is today, that will help me pay these loans or this debt that I'm going to incur from my own stock portfolio back a lot easier. You see, a lot of people don't ever consider the fact that if you're borrowing from a bank, right, you're paying them interest, you're paying them the money back in the first place. Wouldn't it be a whole lot better if you could borrow from yourself, pay yourself back with interest, and you become your own bank? And it's my plan to do this, buy a few rental properties, buy a few investment watches, Bitcoin miners, whatever it might be that I can find that produces either cash flow or appreciates in value, and then use those to recontribute back to my stock portfolio and hopefully get it to the millions, and then, well, I'll be a millionaire. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my own plan on how I want to become a millionaire by the time I'm 25. I really think it's relatively easy to do, and I know that kind of sounds cocky, but I like being, just overall confident in my decisions and confident in my ideas. And I think that this could really, really work out very well as long as I just keep pushing and keep working, and that's the main factor that kind of contributes to this, of course, is my income. And that only increases the harder I work, which of course means more videos on here, which of course means doing more stuff outside of this channel, doing all kinds of different things. So make sure you guys stay tuned, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll definitely be coming out with more strategies like this so you guys can learn different ways that people are becoming millionaires every day, and of course different ways that are kind of theorized on how you could become a millionaire. So but other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for my plan. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much my plan to become a millionaire by the time I'm 25. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our BlockFi link if you guys want to pick up some free Bitcoin. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle of Finance Bro. Take it easy.